and we just had like a quick chat about some of the things that have unfolded because we started this feng shui journey a long time ago.
Trying to remember what was the reason that I joined. And then I remembered, and it was because of my health. Because when I had my older daughter, I wasn't well for good 2 years. And I said to my husband, I think I really feel like we need to feng shui the house. And we got our first report and we put the metal in, and oh my God, the whole house just, it's as if it had landed. It was like a mini earthquake. And I looked at him and he looked at me. I was like, did you feel that? And he said, yes. And then I knew, like, oh my God, like we're onto something. So very quickly after we've put the remedies, I have found a very good naturopath who has helped me. And within 6 months, I was out of the woods health-wise. So it was really quick. And I'm really grateful. And my house has supported me through my journey, through my healing.
And I am joined by Magdalena. Magdalena, so nice to have you here. We met in person just recently at my
Mm.
live event, and we just had like a quick chat about some of the things that have unfolded because we started this feng shui journey a long time ago.
Yes, we did. Yeah. Thank you for having me, first of all. And yes, we did. It started in 2016. So, yeah, I think from the very beginning that you and Ken have started running the courses. And I was trying to remember what was the reason that I joined. And then I remembered, and it was because of my health. Because when I had my older daughter, I wasn't well for good 2 years. And I couldn't just get out of that, state. And because I was working with energy, so I had an understanding of that, how important it is for your environment to be supportive of you. And I said to my husband, I think I really feel like we need to feng shui the house. And feng shui has been in my life for a long time because my mother used to do it as well. But as you know, she didn't do the classical one, but the one that is like orientates according to where the front door is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it was always useful, because of that aspect. But I knew feng shui, and I have been, as I said, living with it for a long time. So I was like, no, we have to do it, and we did it, even though he was a bit reluctant. He was like, "What's this now, woman? What are you? What are you trying to tell me? This is weird stuff." I said, "No, just trust me. Let's just do it." And we got our first report, and we put the metal in, and oh my God, the whole house just, it's as if it had landed. It was like a mini earthquake. And I looked at him and he looked at me. I was like, did you feel that? And he said, yes. And then I knew, like, oh my God, like we're onto something. So very quickly after we've put the remedies, I have found a very good naturopath who has helped me. And within 6 months, I was out of the woods health-wise. So it was really quick. And other things started to happen for us. Um, and it's just, yeah, it's just, and I love the journey. We're on it now for 9 years, and more good things are happening. And now the change of remedies is like a yearly ritual, and we're like, I have a system and I'm prepared, ready to go, clear remedies, and then put everything in place. I make my little lists and everything just to remember where things need to go and things like that. So yeah, it's been wonderful, and I think my husband was the biggest benefactor of that of that change. Yeah, as you would. It's very funny how, we do the work, but they reap the rewards. But that's okay. I can't complain as well. But yeah, it's been great, and I think I just have such sense of gratitude to our house for supporting us, and me in particular because I spend a lot of time in here and work from home and all this stuff. So in a way, the house is a reflection of me, and I feel very connected to it, and I feel really deep gratitude to it for supporting us and helping us open up to so much abundance in our lives. So yeah, that's just makes, and I was thinking to myself, well, it's feng shui, why is it important? It's just, I have a friend who totally doesn't believe in it, and she said to me, oh, you just put this vase in here and that vase in there, and what does it do? And I said, okay, you want to think that, and that's your choice, but I know it's more than that. And I've been in preparation for our talk today, I was thinking about it, and then it has hit me that, the universe has two modes. It's either in coherence, so harmony, or chaos. And when we feng shui our houses, we create more of coherence. We create more harmony, more beauty, love, passion, and so on. And isn't it just wonderful that with that modality, because we own a little piece of the world, and when we put the feng shui remedies, we create this harmony, this beauty, and that matters so much, not only to ourselves and our families, but to the world. So yes, I want to do feng shui forever, you know, and so for the rest of my life. And I was thinking, when my children will move out, the first thing I'm going to do is get a report for their houses or apartments, wherever they want to live, so just so they live in supported environment. And yeah, it makes huge difference, and especially if you work with energy and you understand, you can clear yourself to, um all your heart's content. But if you don't clear the space that you live in, if you don't harmonize it, it's still going to take away your um, vital energy, or drain you, or in any sort of negative way, if it's not harmonized, if it's not balanced. So yes, clear yourself, but also first and foremost, clear your house, and harmonize it. So that's my take on feng shui and my life philosophy. Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Like I'm nearly, I was actually like on the verge of crying. I'm like, Magdalena, if you
Yeah.
keep like I'm gonna be bawling. It's
Yeah,
like,
I feel that same. Yeah, I feel the same, because it's so simple and yet so powerful. And I always believe, those Chinese people many centuries ago, they knew what they were doing. They were so much more in tune with nature and with the flow of the energy, and they understood. They understood the energy, and they understood what needs to happen. Um, I was reading some weird stories that feng shui in China is even like they're building like a road, or a big bridge or something. They're even using feng shui for that. And I've seen a story about them building some sort of massive bridge, and they ran into problems, and they called in feng shui people, and they basically said, well, this is where some ancient dragon has its nest, and we have to work around it, because we have to honor that. And to a lay person, would be like, good luck to you. Please remember to take your pills today. But for those who understand that and honor that energy, and they had to actually do like, a lot of work around it, and they managed, and then the works would recommence, and so they know what they're doing, and why not to use that wisdom of ancient people, to our advantage? Why not?
so true, so true.
Mhm.
I always come back to you and your, because you used the other school of feng shui for a long time, and for
Well,
me,
my mother did,
your
yes.
mother did.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think that for me, one of the big things when I refer back is that you had a big change with your family.
before I started working with you and on the report and Feng Shui, just shortly after my daughter was born, I had a massive family feud, and we cut our ties to the point that I was left just with my dad. The rest of them were like, "We don't want to know you. Good luck to you." And in a way, it was extremely important for us to do that, and it was very healing and liberating because I could step out from that dysfunction and that toxic environment and work on myself, as I call it, excavate myself properly from that, remove myself from that. And it took 6 years, and I got to the place that I was completely neutral. And then just when my dad passed away in 2021, I had no other option but to reconnect with my mother. And our relationship has never been so good like it is now. And it's just amazing. And I'm extremely grateful that it is late. It is late because I'm almost 44 and she's in her 70s, but at least we have that now, and we still have hopefully a good few years ahead of us to enjoy mother-daughter, nice, healthy relationship. And we needed that break. And it's very interesting because my house is good for people, but not good for money. And we don't have money gua or abundance gua at all. And we don't have 3/4 of family gua as well. Yeah. So no wonder that when we literally moved in here and everything just exploded, because their family gua wasn't even there, So putting in the remedies, and yes, okay, and somebody might say, well, how Feng Shui supported all that family situation because it took 6 years. But I needed that time, and she needed that time because I needed to do my work internally, and she needed to do her work on herself. And when we met after those 6 years, we were two completely different women. And unfortunately, it took my dad's departure to bring us together, but it happened, and I'm really grateful. And my house has supported me through my journey, through my healing, whatever needed to happen to me. So even though it wasn't maybe instantaneous healing, but I still, in that time of our separation, felt super happy, super abundant, and I just knew deep down in my heart that to trust that whatever needs to happen will happen, and if we are meant to get back together, we will. And that's exactly what happened. I wasn't pushing, I wasn't inquiring. It happened organically, and whenever we were both ready for it, And as I said to you before we started recording, I had a nice chat with her today, and and I'm still pinching myself, kind of going like, this is me and my mom, talking this way and having such a great connection, and it's amazing. It took us a while, but yeah.
Journey. And I'm actually just also, because if your prosperity area is missing and the house is bad for money, so like talk to that, because the last day we met, you were like, and the job, like your husband.
Yeah, my husband. Well, it's still, Patricia, we came to Ireland 20 years ago, fresh from university. We literally got our diplomas of graduation, and we packed one backpack each. Granted, they were big backpacks, but still one backpack each. And we flew to Ireland. We didn't know anyone. We had nothing in here. We booked B&B for 3 days. That's it. And within all that I had was unwavering faith and trust that things will work out for us. And they did. And lo and behold, this is now 20 years later, and we're here owning our own house and living really abundant and privileged life, um, having two wonderful, healthy daughters, and enjoying ourselves as much as we can, you know. And my husband's career, like I mentioned to you, has blossomed and has gone from strength to strength. And even though we don't have that gua, or actually 1 3/4 of guas, it's not an issue, you know, because money is flowing and abundance is flowing. And yeah, my husband's career is amazing, and you know, I don't feel like it's my place to exactly speak about it. You know, that's his story, but he's extremely successful, and yeah, there's just amazing stuff ahead of him. You know, so this means nothing that you don't have a gua. You know, once you have remedies in, and our main remedy is um the moving water. Can't remember how many,
Yeah,
200 and something liters. Yeah.
time ago. Yeah, since we
Yes.
worked on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
amazing.
so for those ladies who I've seen that um you're going into 20-year lock money, or how many other, you know, other locks you
I know.
might be experiencing, once you have your remedies in, you're fine. You're absolutely fine, you know. So, and just try to trust and not freak out, and don't go into fear, because that's not going to help you manifest anything positive. Um, so just trust that the universe has you, because you have your house, and your house has you in return. You've done your work, you put your remedies in, and then it's all good, you know. So we are a living example of it. Although we are thinking about building an extension just to close it off. Um, yes, we're currently, like, you know, toing and froing, but I really strongly feel like it would be good to do it, you know.
You're 9 years in the journey. As I say to people, we don't have to do it yet. But if it feels, and it's always there's the awareness and knowing that we balanced it, but who knows what'll unfold then.
Yeah, but this is now southeast area, and this year there's no digging.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, maybe we'll just start looking for contractors and make plans and stuff like that. And then if we're to do it, then do it next year, you know, just and I just wanted to say that we have a cat who's a senior cat, but you know, he's the wisdom of the animal, unreal. Because when the cats go, there's definitely negative energy. Dogs go always when there's good energy, and cats go when there's negative energy, because cats can actually transform negative energy. And I don't think he's been on the call with me, the one that you were doing about this year. I don't think he was eavesdropping, but he was definitely in our south area for most of last year. And the moment I knew that the stars have changed, because one day he just took off and found a place in West.
Wow.
Yeah, and he doesn't go back to that south area at all. He's actually this is not far from where I'm sitting. This is his new go-to spot.
Yeah, that's fascinating because I've actually
Fascinating.
I've
Yeah,
actually noticed Toby came down, just as you pointed out, I've noticed he's sitting in a totally different place. He used to always sit over out of the window and he's moved. He's down here in my office with me. And he
yeah,
does be in the office, but like he was here on his own. I was like, what? You're never sitting here on your own.
yeah,
He's in here
yeah.
on his own. Yeah.
The animals definitely can feel it, but as I said, the dogs tend to go to where there's good energy, but the cats, because they can transform the energy, they go to negative. And it was very interesting, because the place that he was last year was the south, was under my youngest daughter's bed, so he was clearing that for her.
Amazing.
Mhm. Yeah,
Amazing. The animals, wisdom, and then all of this new
yeah,
cycle. It's very exciting. It's very
yeah.
exciting.
So if you want to know when the energy changed, if you have pets, just watch your pets and they will show you
Yeah.
when the change happened.
That's so fun because I
Mhm.
literally noticed the difference in this guy. Like he's just sitting because I commented to Ken. I said like he's down there in the office. Like what?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's so funny.
So all those things, yeah, it's it's been a wild ride, I suppose, but I love it. But one thing I also want to say that I haven't been like, because I love color. And the main thing in Feng Shui that you're always recommending is that keep your space neutral and then add pop of color, with a cushion or a blanket or a picture or something. And I just couldn't do it. I was like, no, I need a color. I have to live with color. And my favorite color for a long time was turquoise. So quite wild, and strong color. And I have put so much green and blue and in different shades into my house that I have definitely overdone it to the point that I have manifested in my own body a lot of dampness. Like, if you follow traditional Chinese medicine, yeah, dampness. And it's not very difficult to get dampness in your body when you're living in Ireland. Very easy. But I have exacerbated that with the color scheme all around me.
Mm.
And this is the first year, because obviously I have been putting my fire remedies as suggested in a report, but I was always hiding them because I don't like red. And this year I sat with myself and said, no, you're not hiding those remedies anymore. And I have been talking to myself that, if you don't want the red, do orange, do magenta, but they have to be visible. So this is the first year that I have embraced the fire and I have put the remedies. I had to buy a lot of, stuff because I had not much that could, be displayed. Um, and I already feel difference and I feel more energized when I'm walking by those areas of the house when there's the magenta and orange. And I actually like it. I enjoy it. And the turquoise wall is still there, but it's going. And it's going.
And
Yeah.
it's a journey with it as well, being part of this South energy and the mature woman. It'll be interesting to see what unfolds for you in the next year and be like, how did
Yeah.
we
I will let you
what's
know. I will
different
let
for
you know.
you?
Yeah, give me a few months with this new color, and I'll let you know. But I'm even just for it's literally been a week, and I'm
Yeah.
actually not a week because I got the those new decorative elements last Tuesday, so it's only been a few days, less than a week. But I can already feel like I'm literally like it makes me feel happy even looking at that orange. The magenta is mostly in my daughter's birthday. That's why birthday, what I'm saying, in room. That's why I chose magenta because it would go nicely with her color scheme in her room. But even just walking in and you see that, and it just gives a little sparkle. Oh, there's this energy, and I definitely am looking with fresh pair of eyes at all the colors around the house and going like, too much green, too much blue. So yeah.
That's interesting. And I think just for people listening, this is based on Magdalena's personal report that we get. So don't be going getting fire element and putting
Oh
red
no,
around
no,
your
no,
house because
no,
it could actually be worse.
no. Definitely listen to
But
Patricia. Listen to Patricia, but it's just yes, like you said, and it's personal journey. And I actually had a change of heart thanks to one of the comments that I saw on the PowerHouse membership group. Uh, this was a comment that you have posted, and one lady was saying that I don't like red color and I don't want to put it, and I felt exactly the same. And then you said something along the lines that don't focus on the color, just focus on the energy that the fire will, the essence of that the remedy will give you. And then something clicked in my head, and I was like, right, okay, so this is the most important thing. The color is secondary because I said you can choose. The red is not the only color. So
exactly.
go with what feels right for you, but also make it visible so it does its work for you.
It's off the chi. The chi moves
Yes.
through and hits off the remedies for sure. And I just have like on that, I'm so in I had a client of ours who just did the water thing. It's quite interesting for people, I think, to hear often stories. But um this lady I knew for several years, and she had moved from northern part of America down to Florida
Mm-hmm.
holiday home, and they'd sold up and they'd moved to the holiday home, and the holiday home had been all decorated beach scenes, like all water scenes, all beach scenes, everything was like sea water and a lot of anchors.
Mm-hmm.
And when they moved in, they actually had a very, very successful Amazon business, selling like one business selling this specific thing. And the day they moved in, they lost the supplier.
Okay.
And when I did the report, because I had done the report and I was looking at the report and I was like, wow, like, well, it's a good for people, good for money house. And I was looking at it, I was like, God, is it like, well, how did that happen? Because I'm always like, well, this happened, they've moved in, you're like something's up with the house. And then we did the walk around and it was like completely they didn't need any water element, they didn't need any, like all these anchors like being stuck, like it was just got a lot of
Mm.
symmetry, but also water. Every room had water in it, that and images of it, and lots of blue. It was all that. And they needed some fire element, they needed all these different things. And I'm so glad, like I'm so pleased. Like they ended up being able to buy a new house. They still have that one. They did then, and actually kind of redeeming that and creating a new income stream from a new place. But it was just interesting because we don't really have any, unless you get the specific advice. And what you talked about with these ancient Chinese sages knew what they were doing. They knew what they were
Mm.
doing. We don't know what we're doing in house. Like I do when I've run the numbers. And when you have your report, and you're like, okay. And it's a choice then because you still have the colors and you're kind of like, oh no, I'll hide that one or that one. And now it's like, actually I'm ready to change and step into a
Yes.
new next level energy. So it's
Yes,
a
because color is so important. And like I said, I can feel energized by those more vibrant colors, warmer colors, especially that I have cooled everything around me so much because I just wanted to be Zen and I got to Zen, So then to basically what's to Zen, it's more like stuck and taking no action or being just placid and it's
it's
not good for you. Both ways are not good. So you have to have the happy medium again, create the harmony. And that's what I felt this year. No. And especially being this is a year of a dragon and the fire, like you said, is very important for this year. So I was like, no,
yeah.
let's
And
give it a go.
for me with this year is that also we're in this, like the idea of the feng shui is that you can either go way too zen, like as you said, like into the
Mm,
or way too yang, and then it's like way too much and too much far too much. And this is the whole dance, and it's
mhm,
about
mhm.
alignment, like getting into this center flow where there's flow. It's not too much, it's not too little, it's just flow. And that's essentially what this is all about. So
Yeah,
um
exactly.
Magdalena, you have been in our world for a long time and in our community. And I would love just if there's anything you'd like to say to people who are considering joining us in PowerHouse. It's for people, it's into the unknown. And maybe to speak to that.
I would say that if you're even looking at Patricia's website or the group and you're considering it, then just trust yourself and do it. Take that leap of faith and do it, and you will not regret it. I promise you. And it's regardless what your house type is or your current financial or health situation, you will thank yourself because living in a supportive environment means everything. And as I said before, you're not only doing it for you and for your family, but you're doing it for the whole world, even if it doesn't feel like it, but you truly are. So trust that, take the leap of faith. And just, people, I don't know, have different sort of programs, self-sabotage, or they don't think they deserve good stuff. So even from that perspective, if you want to challenge yourself, push yourself, if this is out of your comfort zone, then even more so do it, and you will not look back. We have never said ever, oh my God, why did we do it? Never ever. We always are every year just grateful that we have feng shui in our lives, in our house. And I can't imagine living in unfeng shuied house ever. And even going away to unfeng shuied place and kind of going, hope it's gonna be good, because because then different things crop up and somebody gets sick or something, there's some tensions or whatever. So it's a just trust yourself and take that leap of faith and do it, because you will really love it. And people tend to see results quite fast, when you say, Patricia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
do see it pretty fast.
yeah,
And I think that it's that when you just step into it and just focus and take action, ask questions, we can see results pretty quickly.
yeah,
And some are subtle, some are big, and it actually just depends on your house, and also your own kind of state of belief and
yeah,
faith in the process.
absolutely. But another thing I would say, that if you commit to it 100%. So do all the remedies at once or as quickly as possible. Don't dilly-dally, don't wait that, oh, maybe in 3 months I'll get more metal. No, we did that. It was initially, at that time for us, it was a considerable expense to buy all that metal, because there was so much. My house was like metal, 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 metal. And we have made that happen financially. We're like, whatever, this is what needs to happen. And as I said to you, when we put that metal that we experienced like a mini earthquake. So it was so powerful to put those remedies. So for all the people who are like, who got the report and they're new at it, yes, I understand that it can be overwhelming. Plan for it, ask the questions. There's so much support, but just commit to it and do it. Do it all at once or as quickly as possible, so you will have the optimum benefit of the remedies. Don't wait till, for, oh, maybe next year I'll buy some more. Personally, I don't recommend it. If you want to do it, do it. Do it as quickly as possible and commit to it for all the benefits. And yeah, and then the rest is history. You will thank yourself. You will
Yeah.
thank your house, and your relationship with the house will change as well, because when you come home and you just feel this, I'm home, and this place holds me and has me no matter what's happening. It completely transforms your relationship with that house, and you want to be in that house, and you want to invest in it, and you want to do good things, but you also want, you have completely different outlook. I mean, the amount of abundance that we generated is unreal. Again, coming from with one backpack each to having all that we have. My mind is still processing, because it's still so like, whoa, did we achieve that? Amazing. And it opens you up and it takes you to another level. And then you just, yeah, you have that freedom, you have that ability to enjoy life more. And you can open yourself up to other people and be there for them. And it's just so much nicer than to be in that, day-to-day struggle and living from paycheck to paycheck. So it's completely different way of living, and who wouldn't want that?
Completely different way of living. I know who wouldn't
Yeah,
want that, right?
yeah.
Thanks, Magdalena. I just love listening to your wisdom and your
Oh,
share
thank you.
about feng shui and your experience, because I think that's one of the things, and I'm so grateful that people who joined us in cycle 8 had a lot more. I think the cycle was a trickier cycle for remedies, and this year
Mhm.
it's much easier for a lot
Easier.
of us.
Mhm.
It's like the reports going out just feel like, I'm like, oh my God, there's so much luckier than when we first started doing it. And the same as yourself, it was definitely a bit trickier, but it was worth it. And I think that's the biggest
Yeah,
thing. It's
absolutely. It's been worth it. And thank you so much, Patricia, for bringing this to us and being there, a beacon always of joy and light and support for creating this beautiful community. Thank you so much to you and Ken and the team, because it just means so much to have you in my life, you know, not just for Feng Shui, but you're always smiley, you're always happy, you're always positive, and you always sort of, you know, bring this gorgeous light and joy. So thank you so much for being, you know, there for me and for all of us. And yeah, and if somebody wants to join, then, you know, please don't hesitate, just do it, and I want to have a lovely experience.
Magdalena, amazing. So nice to see you. And I just really, really appreciate your insights and your share. Delighted for you. It's so nice.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Can't wait to hear what happens in the next 10 years.
When I embrace more of the fire remedies.
I know. You'll be wearing it.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Patricia. Thank you.
Thanks a million. Have a great day.